So I've just finished going through line by line the content of the video that I had taken down by YouTube, and the video was about censorship and about how and why conspiracy theories are formed, and the news media. And I thought it was a good video. I thought it explained my points very well. And even at the beginning of the video, I explained that it was just an opinion, and I wasn't going to quote facts, and it was my loose thoughts. Anyway, that video was taken down by YouTube. They sent me a warning and said that it didn't satisfy the community standards, and the item that it breached was medical misinformation. And at the time I thought, I think you've got this wrong, YouTube, because there was no medical advice in the video, and so there can't really have been any medical misinformation, because I didn't really talk about any medical thing in the video. And so this is why I was perplexed by it, and a little cross, because it feels like you've done something wrong, and you feel that you are subject to censorship, and what they are proving is that you are. So I wanted to go through it and see if I could find the red line that I crossed, and I tried to identify the sentence or the words that they didn't like me saying, and for some reason that was enough for them to want to pull the video. Now, I also considered that it might have been an algorithm that was running across the platform, because that's how initially they identify content that is potentially harmful and that really does go against the spirit of the community guidelines. Things like abuse, or things that create hatred, hate speech, and any organizations that everyone would know are bad news, so that they run algorithms over everything to actually find that stuff. And so I thought, okay, maybe words in the title of the video, or words that I said in the body of the video, maybe a bot found those and flagged it for a possible breach. And so I was trying to work out, had YouTube actually gone through the video, and having gone through it several times now myself, I don't think a human being actually had gone through and listened to that video. Well, no one on the censorship team, the community guidelines team at Google. One plausible explanation to me is that it was an algorithm. But then I did engage the appeal process, and I thought, well, that might make a human being, look at the content, and because in my appeal I said, I'm not aware that there is any medical misinformation or medical information. Plus, I intentionally at the beginning of the video said, this is an opinion of mine. I'm not basing any of this on facts. It's just an opinion, an explanation for why. An explanation of the possibility of why conspiracy theories exist. And my tone would have been a little bit derogatory. It would have been derogatory against the news media, but I even then spoke positively about the news media. So I myself believed it was a balanced piece, plus, in my work, I actually, advise on this sort of stuff, and related legal stuff. So this is something I'm familiar with. So when I shoot these videos, I'm very careful. I'm sort of trained, what not to say and how to structure things. So, I was just very surprised that I'd had a video taken down, you know, a video created by someone that knows quite a bit about this stuff. So, you know, I found that amazing. So that's what made me think it might have been a bot, an algorithm, and it was a mistake. So I was relying on the appeal process to identify that, but it does appear that the appeal process is perhaps, I don't think it was looked at any further. I think it was put into an automated system, and there were enough keywords in my title and the body of the video that they just didn't want presenting on YouTube, and how on earth it would be viewed as medical advice stroke medical misinformation. I have no idea. Right, so that really brings me to the end of this. You know, I just have to accept it. YouTube have done something. They've taken down a video. It is very unclear why they've taken it down, and the excuse that they've given, the reason that they've given, I do not understand, and I can't see how it is valid. I can't see how their claim is accurate, and a reason for them to take it down, based on their own standards, based on their own intention to remove harmful content. I don't believe my video was harmful. I don't think it was misinformation. What they claimed, I didn't even talk about it. So something else in that video might have been the problem. So that sort of brings it all to an end. But it leads me on to the content of the video, because the news media, how they deliver the news, what responsibility they have, and conspiracy theories, how the news media deals with conspiracy theories. It's in the afternoon, and I'm a little tired today, but I wanted to, you know, film this because tomorrow I've got other things to do, and I want to bring this, you know, to a head myself. And yeah, I'm still cross because I still feel that I am under censorship. I can't speak my mind. And some of the other subjects that I want to talk about, already I find myself checking my thoughts and checking the content of what I'm going to talk about and how I'm going to say it. I'm already, you know, feel strangled that I can't say what I want to say. But anyway, to come back to this, so I thought to myself I would make this video that would be my conclusion with respect to my video being taken down. Once again, the video that was taken down was about the mainstream news media and how and why conspiracy theories exist. And I spoke around basically that subject. Yeah, so I'll leave that there. And so I thought I would, so the first part of this video is this, and it's me explaining. I've looked at my video, I can't find what it is that they claim I've done wrong, and so we just have to move on. I have to move on. But then what I thought was, in this video, I could try and summarize the content of the video that was taken down, because the purpose of that video was to explain why conspiracy theories happen, you know, why they are presented. So I'm going to try and do that now quickly. Right, so you can look up the definition of a conspiracy theory, and of course, you know, nonsense conspiracy theories, you know, conspiracy theories that really are crazy. You know, that there is an explanation for them. But today, in the context of the news media and complicated events that the news media report on, I believe that, and there's grounds to believe this, that a conspiracy theory is more the result of a person or group of people that don't believe the mainstream news media narrative. It might be a complex subject matter, it might be something that's controversial. So the news media present a story, and a person or group of people don't believe that story, so they create their own understanding, their own version of that story, and then they present that. Now, the news media, if they disagree with it, or for whatever other reason they want to disagree with it, they very quickly call it a conspiracy theory. And this word seems to be, jolly helpful and useful to any large organisation or the news media when they just want to dismiss another understanding of a complex subject matter. Or it's a word that they attach to a person or group of people that disagree with them about something. So, for example, the COVID-19 pandemic. Every person that has a question mark or questions the narrative, or has another explanation for what's going on, or a criticism for what's going on, almost automatically that person, that opinion, those group of people are called conspiracy theorists. And it's got to a point where I think everyone can consider that this is happening. You watch any of the mainstream news media channels, and I'm not going to mention them all here, but we can bring to mind the popular mainstream channels in the UK, and we can bring popular mainstream media news channels to our minds in the US. Although the US channels I suppose it's clearer to see which channel, what side they represent, I suppose. But if you take a look at the pandemic and the virus, there has been from the beginning this COVID narrative that has been almost synchronized with the other similar news channels. And and it's been every hour, on the hour, the same message. This is happening, you must do this. And they'll bring on politicians that will say that stuff. They will bring on very selected healthcare professionals that represent big pharma and government policy, and they will spew out the same stuff. And fair enough. I am not saying that any of that's wrong. What I'm saying is that it is wrong to quash any other explanation or any other point of view or any other opinion, especially in the context of the political, the political general public domain. I thought, being British, in Europe and the US, I thought we had freedom of speech. I thought we were free. I thought we lived in a democracy. And right now, today, based on what I'm experiencing and what I've experienced just recently, I don't feel that free anymore. I don't feel able to speak my mind, and I don't feel that there is a real democracy anymore. Now, maybe it's because it's mid-afternoon, I'm tired, I need a cup of coffee and a bit of a break. Maybe I'm in a bit of a mood, but if hand on my heart, I don't feel that we are in a world anymore today where free speech is allowed. But then we know that some free speech is allowed. And as long as that free speech has got nothing to do with other narratives that the news media seems to want to control. Now, there are other subjects in the news that they seem to want to control. And I'm not going to mention any right now because, I'm having to watch what I say. But it does feel that the mainstream news media, they are delivering a message that's coming from a selected body or group of people that are self-appointing themselves as the ambassadors and the source of all correct information. It's almost like you know, these people simply have a version of the truth of the world that we live in, and they're going to determine what news that we get and what narrative we get and what we have to do as a general public. The problem right there is these people aren't really elected by us. I know that we have this democracy, but that's another video. Anyway, you can see where I've got to, you can see where I'm at. I wanted to make a point about where conspiracy theories come from. And really the point I'm making is a conspiracy theory is created, is formed in whole or in part because that person or group of people don't believe a version of events that is being claimed by another group of people. And in this context, it's the news media. So that's really all I'm saying. And that is all I really said in my other video. Although I think I said it better in my other video. There was more explanation around it. And I mentioned other things. And those other things are the things I'm not mentioning in this video, because I think those other things were the reason why they took that video down. And so I'm trying to avoid a bullet here. You can probably see what I'm doing. But the whole reason for the video was to explain conspiracy theories. And what I'm leading to is that when somebody else has a different version of an understanding or a different understanding to you, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. They might be wrong, and in time and via a process of due diligence, it will be revealed that they're wrong. And if they're humble, or if they're just the type of person that, you know, will admit that they're wrong, you know, there is no problem there. But what I'm saying is that we can't have a society where the news media presents itself as the god of all information and is absolutely correct all the time, because we know that isn't correct and that does not happen. And the news media have countless times, you know, have told the general public lies. We know that. So why today do we have to accept that whatever the news media says is gospel, is 100% the fact? You know, they are presenting themselves as the source of all information. And have you noticed, you know, the style that they deliver all this news? You know, they always have a condescending tone around the other side that they feel obliged to talk about. But that condescending tone is their way of signalling that what we're about to, you know, we're about to present the other side of the argument, but we think it's a load of nonsense, and we're delivering that message in a subtext by our tone in which we are presenting it. So that, you know, that's how they do that. But anyway, I don't want to labour this one, and I've rambled too much again. I apologise, but I just wanted to leave everyone with the point of this video and the point of the video that was taken down. And that point was, conspiracy theories might be right. And there are many people that will tell you of accounts and stories where conspiracy theories have come true. And I have examples, and once again, I'm not voicing those examples because I'm worried it was the reason why my last video was taken down. So once again, a conspiracy theory just means that someone has a different point of view. And if we are good people towards each other, we should listen to that other point of view in the spirit of finding and searching for truth. And I shall leave it there. I hope everyone's well. I apologise for my rant and ramble, and I hope to see you all again. And have a good day.